On this week's episode of Bayou Wild TV,
my favorite thing hunting with my dad is just walking, talking about old times with him. Squirrels are the best, but I've been trying to get doe. You get the adrenaline pumping.
I remember my first squirrel in St. Francisville in a creek, and it was blaze face with a 410 with my dad. That's something that you can't take away from your heart.
To see them and let them have a good time, and see how they enjoy it and everything.
closed captioning is brought to you by Global Outdoors. Find your next adventure and share your experiences with others by downloading the Global Outdoors mobile app or visiting globaloutdoors.com. Every day, we strive to preserve traditions that have spanned generations.
Around every turn of the bayou, Mother Nature reveals unique people, places, and experiences.
And the bounty of animals and fish. Well, in Louisiana, we just call that lagniappe. I'm Don Dubuque.
I'm Chris LeCoq.
I'm Captain Martha Spencer. Join us as we document the adventure,
Sportsmanship,
and heritage that make us Bayou Wild. Welcome to today's episode of Bayou Wild TV. It's a squirrely feature you're going to be watching today. We go on a Mississippi Squirrel Revival with Squirrel Master Extraordinaire, Carlton Savoy. We're also going to introduce some youngsters to the sport of squirrel hunting, and later on, head over to Uncle Larry's for a squirrel stew.
We're going to bring this to a boil. It's going to take about 5 minutes, maybe a little over 5 minutes. And then after we hit a boiling point, we're going to cut it back to a simmer.
Well, I made my first squirrel hunt by myself when I was 11 years old. I had a little niece that was a year old, and she came and spent the night at my house the night before hunting season opened. And me and my daddy and two of my brothers were supposed to go hunt. And the niece woke up in the morning, and I was playing with her, and she stuck her finger in my eye, and I couldn't go with Dad. So after it got daylight, I had to go, and I went and I killed 3 big fox squirrels. So that was my first hunt that I remember that I made by myself. Well, I like to hunt, I like to still hunt, but with the dogs, I've trained dogs. I used to train bird dogs, pointers, and I always had a squirrel dog. At one time, I had 5 champions that I trained, raised and trained myself. Get another side.
Catch, tag, win. If you like state management of red snapper and want to help ensure longer red snapper seasons, there's now a tournament for you. The TMO's Tag It Louisiana Red Snapper Tournament is a summer-long tournament for you, the Louisiana ROLP holder. Catch a snapper, snap a picture, and you're entered. It's that simple. Enjoy fishing, help contribute valuable data for red snapper management, and win prizes. Visit tagitla.com.
Delta Marina is Plaquemines Parish fishing one-stop. Get live bait, fuel, ice, tackle, and marine supplies. Then launch into the world's most productive saltwater fishing. Return to the fishing cleaning station, relax in first-class cabins overlooking the bayou, all in Delta Marina's safety video-monitored parking lot. Need a fishing charter guide? Delta Marina can hook you up. Cook your catch in your kitchenette or dine in the upstairs restaurant. Visit Delta Marina for a day or a week. Stop in just off Highway 11 down Rosemarie Drive in Empire. Visit thedeltamarina.com.
Outdoorsmen, athletes, and parents know the importance of Florida water to stay cool. And whether you're on the water, on the job, at the gym, or on the ball field, keeping cool just got simple with Cool Blue products. Cool Blue refreshing face and body wipes are for everyone. Use them at home, at work, or at play to clean up, cool down, and stay refreshed. Find them at Rouse's Supermarkets or online at coolblueproducts.com.
One of the reasons why Double D has been around for 50 years is because we are consistent with what built the business. And we go to great lengths to make sure that when you bring a deer or a hog or whatever it may be, your meat stays your meat all the way through the process. But we want to be as true to the original intent, which is a local meat company. And that's something that we want to maintain for as long as the Lord lets us do it.
We're up here in central Mississippi. It's the end of big game season and the beginning of the Super Bowl of hunting for some squirrels. Today we're up here with a couple groups, some St. Jude children that are doing really well, but had hard times earlier in life, and it's nice to see their flair for hunting and for getting out in the outdoors with their families. So it's refreshing to see the traditions passed along between the families and just getting out there without the cell phones, the electronics, and all the negativity in the world, just to go out and have a good time.
Anything Outdoors was founded in 2016. Just a vision to help others. It started with me and my wife making stickers. That's actually how it started. We stayed up to midnight every night making stickers and mailing them off. And then eventually we had enough money to start a nonprofit. And today we sell hats and shirts, you know. And we help families that go to St. Jude. My son went to St. Jude. And it's a outdoors type deal, but it's very family oriented.
Mountain cur, mountain feist, you know, and I've had quite a few of them. And they're real good dogs, and they're dogs that reproduce good dogs.
Right here. Steve, buddy?
This is behind you.
That tree right there. Look, he just went up. He's on the back side of the tree.
This is behind
you. Got it.
I remember my first squirrel in St. Francisville in a creek, and it was blaze face with a 410 with my dad. That's something that you can't take away from your heart, you know. It's very memorable. I have my whole family. My dad's side, we all hunt. You know, it's a tradition, and it's something that I'm passing on down to him that, you know, we have morals, respect for people, and we surrounded by great people and learning different, you know, aspects of hunting.
I would say the most favorite place I would like to go to hunt, it's maybe somewhere in the middle of nowhere. Get all the wildness out, nothing, no cities, all that.
You just want to be out in the middle of nowhere, huh?
Mm-hmm. My favorite thing hunting with my dad is just walking, talking about old times with him. Squirrels are the best, but I've been trying to get doe. Oh, you get the adrenaline pumping.
Hey, in that tree right there. Shoot. Right there, good. Shoot him again, buddy. Yeah, there you go.
All right, take you slow. Let's go.
In Louisiana, we live to cook, and we know a little Louisiana flavor brings any meal to life. Whether it's Friday's fish fry or Tuesday's crispy chicken, with Louisiana fish fry, you can turn any meal into a bona fide family favorite. Let's all Louisiana.
In 1967, Dutch Stogner realized his dream to run his own meat market. 50 years and 3 generations later, Double D and the Stogner family still operate with Dutch's original commitment to quality. Pick up some Double D sausage today and share your good times with us on Facebook.
Continuing this week's show.
You know, it's the tail end of big game hunting season. It's pretty much over, so now everybody turns their attention to small game, which is squirrels and rabbits. And a lot of folks look forward to this. This is kind of their Super Bowl of hunting, and I think squirrel hunters are true and true squirrel hunters. They won't tell you that it's better shooting squirrels than maybe shooting deer or ducks.
Hey, I'm gonna shake the tree right here.
You might want to be careful there.
A lot of the hunting I did, I didn't have anybody to show me. It was trial and error. I jumped out there and read and looked and seen what worked and what didn't work. And I guess I saved him some time because I could pass on what I learned.
I would say the best thing I learned from him is follow your heart or something like that. Hard work. Be trustworthy.
Hang on, he's gonna shoot y'all. Got it. Oh, coming down. Shoot him again. Got it. Shoot him.
Nice job. Good job. How was that?
He's hunted a good bit, but he never got lucky yet, I guess. And that squirrel come around a tree. And
He nailed that thing.
oh yeah, he got him.
It was pretty good distance too he put on it because I didn't think anybody was gonna get him with the reach they had, but somebody reached out and touched him.
Very exciting and fun.
Yeah, how'd you do it?
I just hurried up and shot it and aimed at it. I don't know.
Tell me about your gun.
It's a Weatherby it's an automatic. And I like it the most because my old gun right here weighed the most, so it would bring my aim down. But this gun is real light, so I like it a lot.
Oh yeah. I think he's gone. I gotta carry the backpack, he can carry the rest.
Oh, you got, I can put it in my sack.
He got one.
I just wanted
We haven't hunted much together, but we did some deer hunting this year together, and some rabbit hunting last year actually. So, and the fact that me, him, and my brother could all do it together, it was a pretty good experience.
Shoot. Hit him, Chase! Nope, don't hit him.
In 1967, Dutch Stogner realized his dream to run his own meat market. 50 years and 3 generations later, Double D and the Stogner family still operate with Dutch's original commitment to quality. Pick up some Double D sausage today and share your good times with us on Facebook.
We love our children. We protect them. We guide them. We prepare them for life in the world. With all that we do, from deep in our hearts, we cannot control all things. Life-threatening illnesses and disabilities affect far too many of our children each year. While we cannot change the circumstance, we can make dreams come true. Dreams to provide hope, to provide spiritual healing and strength, to provide moments of happiness and relief in the hardest of times. We can give a glimmer of light and hope in a time of darkness and despair. Join huntofalifetime.org to help make dreams come true, to provide hope for children with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Hunt of a Lifetime is a non-profit organization fulfilling dreams for hunting and fishing trips to youth 21 and under with life-threatening illnesses and disabilities. Visit huntofalifetime.org to learn how you can make a difference.
This is one of the latest inventions for high-tech seafood boiling. This is called the Boil Boss. It's a pretty simple apparatus. What this does is it does not dilute the strength of your boil. So your salt and your spices still remain real potent in there without putting a lot of extra water. The Boil Boss, wonderful invention. Welcome back to Uncle Larry's Kitchen. Uncle Larry Roussel. Larry, it's good to have us back here. And, you know, we've just showed folks how to get a few squirrels, and we're going to show them how to do a squirrel stew in a few.
There you go.
And the first thing we started off with, we took the squirrel and browned it up real good. I like to use virgin olive oil to brown it. Take it out of that, put it in a pressure cooker or a slow cooker to get it tender. And then once you get it to that point, like we have here, tell us what to do to make it really quick.
Quick and easy. You got the squirrel already cooked, so stew in a few. 1 jar, about a pound of squirrel meat. We're going to combine that in this pot right here.
Would this be a good time to add some vegetables if you wanted to put something in there like carrots?
It's just like ragu. It's all in there.
Oh,
You don't
great.
need none of
There
that.
we
So,
go.
it's all in there.
All right. I got to tell you, this is a nice couple of young tender squirrels.
Well, there you go.
They were hand-picked.
There you go. So
all right.
we're going to bring this to a boil. It's going to take about 5 minutes, maybe a little over 5 minutes. And then after we hit the boiling point, we're going to cut it back to a simmer.
So your products are good to make a stew pretty much out of anything, huh?
Any kind of stew you want to do, Don. Shrimp stew, crawfish stew, chicken stew. I did a rabbit stew in a few. We did red bean.
Now, if you would, for people, maybe we got some Yankees that are watching this and don't know, tell me the difference between gumbo and a stew.
All right, well, one thing, somebody asked me that same question a while back. I said, one thing is going to be pretty obvious on the ingredient list. A stew in a few has a lot more ingredients, but that's one difference. Another difference, stew in a few is not a concentrated product. My ready set gumbo and my ready set okra gumbo, they're both concentrated products, so you can add water to that. Stew in a few, you don't need to do that.
Well, Larry, besides your gumbo and your stew, instant basically, you got seasonings too.
Yes.
Now, are the seasonings already in here, or do you need to add that to that?
You don't need, the seasoning is in there. The seasoning is my foundation to all of my other products, including my brown sugar dry rub, okay? So that's in there.
And what do you use your spices on, like ribs maybe, or you could do them on a meatloaf or ground meat, hamburgers, anything?
Anything. You said it already, hamburger, but the thing that is best on the brown sugar dry rub is the baby back
That's my
rib.
favorite right there.
Baby back. Now this here, you could use it on anything. So gumbo, stews, salads, you get steaks, pork chop, great on pork chop, but anything. Buddy of mine even put it on his toothpaste.
On a what?
Because he don't like to brush his teeth, but now he brushes his teeth every day.
I don't recommend you do that at
No.
home. All right, Larry, we quick and stew in a few minutes, so let's get some of the squirrel stew and try it out.
That.
Ooh, look at that, look at that. If those squirrels only knew what was going to happen to them, they'd be proud.
I think so too. I think they'd be happy to be in this stew in a few.
You know, squirrel hunting used to be the #1 game species, you know, and the deer has overtaken it now. But there's a lot of opportunity to get out there and hunt squirrels. Some people like to do it with dogs. Other people like to do it still hunting. And it's a great way to introduce kids and new people to the sport of hunting. And this is what you end up with right here. And just use Larry's stew in a few, and it's squirrel stew time.
There you go.
Let's get it.
There you go.
In Louisiana, we live to cook, and we know a little Louisiana flavor brings any meal to life. Whether it's Friday's fish fry or Tuesday's crispy chicken, with Louisiana fish fry, you can turn any meal into a bona fide family favorite. Let's all Louisiana.
Outdoorsmen, athletes, and parents know the importance of Florida water to stay cool. Whether you're on the water, on the job, at the gym, or on the ball field, keeping cool just got simple with Cool Blue products. Cool Blue refreshing face and body wipes are for everyone. Use them at home, at work, or at play to clean up, cool down, and stay refreshed. Find them at Rouse's Supermarkets or online at coolblueproducts.com. This is Don Dubuque asking you to join me as a member of the Coastal Conservation Association. For 30 years, CCA has worked in Louisiana to conserve our incredible fisheries, making sure that our fishing is great today and for generations to come. Whether looking out for redfish and specks, eliminating gill nets, building reefs across the coast, or work at the state capitol and in D.C., CCA is doing what's best for the fish and the sport we love so much. Your $30 membership will ensure that this work and our great fishing endures well into the future. Go to ccalouisiana.com and join CCA today.
In Louisiana, we live to cook, and we know a little Louisiana flavor brings any meal to life. Whether it's Friday's fish fry or Tuesday's crispy chicken, with Louisiana fish fry, you can turn any meal into a bona fide family favorite. Let's all Louisiana.
He's right there on the other side of that branch.
He's over there.
In that tree?
Over there somewhere.
Yeah. Go ahead, shoot.
Yeah, shoot him again. Come on.
Hey,
there we are. But he was just hung up on the branch?
Yeah. They do that, man. They hang on for life.
We managed to pick one of the coldest mornings of the winter, which I don't really think affected the squirrels too much. I think nature had a hard time on the squirrels with all the hurricanes this year. It seemed to be there weren't maybe as many as we could have hoped, but the guys shot great, and it was fun carrying the camera around for a change and not pulling the trigger. It was really good to see it from a different angle and see them really get into it. So it was a little slow, but they got enough to make a big pot of gumbo, so I think it was a successful hunt.
Today's hunt was a refreshing reminder that youthfulness adds excitement to any occasion. Witnessing a child eager to learn something new and be part of these traditions brings us back to those years so many moons ago when we were the bright-eyed youngster, ready to explore.
There's a lot of people that they don't get to see this, they never experience this, they don't know what it's about, and just being able to share something I'm passionate with him and teaching him skills that maybe one day he could teach his kids on.
To see them and let them have a good time, you know, and see how they enjoy it and everything. I just enjoy, you know, watching them come up, and it teaches them a little bit about honoring other people and be a better life.
We will always encourage others to take the time and introduce the next generation to our ways of adventure, sportsmanship, and heritage, so they too will be raised Bayou Wild.